Awesome. Thank you all for hopping on. Penny, it's a pleasure to be working with you again. I've got a lot of respect for Penny. I've worked with her in the past, and she's done huge things in our industry. What I love about Penny, guys, is she's always focused in every conversation we've had, whether it's, me trying to bring her back to a company or to a company. She was always looking out for her people, her team. And that's what I look for as far as people I want to align myself with, is people that all aren't about themselves, but they understand that old saying, like Zig Ziglar used to say, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. And she epitomizes that. So I was excited when she reached out to me recently after hearing about these mysterious drops that I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about. But this stuff, this stuff is pure magic. This is all I have left. I've been saving it for a special occasion because I'm like, I don't want to officially run out, right? I don't want to get anxiety because this stuff right here, I've seen completely change people's lives in a very short period of time. So, Penny, thank you for putting this together. So I'll get into it a little bit. I've been in this industry for over 20 years, which is crazy to say. Like it extremely dates me. I'll be 47 in 2 months. And that's actually crazy. I've been in this space for over 20 years. 20 years ago, I was on the corporate side of a company called Tahitian Noni International. And you guys remember the noni juice?
Hmm.
I was there working on the corporate side, going to college, working full time, uh, and going to school full time. And I would talk to these network marketers, and I'm like, y'all are crazy people. Like your energy, just everything is so weird about y'all. But I worked with them, and I learned from some very successful people. Uh, and then I actually quit that job to start a real estate business, lost a bunch of money when that happened, and decided to get back into this network marketing game. And I'm so grateful for that. And I've seen a lot of testimonials. I've seen a lot of good products. I've seen a lot of good science. I've seen a lot of experiences of how changing your nutrition can actually impact your overall health. A couple months back, guys, I got a phone call from my good friend, Mr. Dan Putnam, who has had tremendous success with health and wellness products, supplement game. And he said, Demetrius, I found something. This is going to be the biggest thing in nutrition in the industry and probably in the history of ever. I'm like, bro, you can't tell me that. Use that language without telling me more about it. He's like, hold on, let me secure this. When I do, I'll fill you in. Couple weeks goes by, guys, and he continues to tell me about these drops. Try GLP, try because three, right? Trifecta, GLP-1, GLP-2, and GIP. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Ozempic. Ozempic, right? There's like, if you look it up, there's so many lawsuits against them. My first experience with Ozempic was a couple years ago, and I met somebody that had taken it, lost some weight, but they're like, man, I'm having some stomach issues and I'm losing all my muscle, but I'm down 20 pounds, right? Um, and so there's been a lot of people saying that there's a lot of side effects that come with like an Ozempic or GLP-1 an injection. Okay. But how big is that market? How many of you watching this know somebody that has taken the shot or is about to take the shot, right? And I'll tell you, ever since I learned about this product, I started talking to people. What if we could offer you a healthy alternative to an Ozempic type GLP-1 without the side effects that allows you to maintain your muscle mass, will help curb your appetite and cravings, but also is good for your gut health, right? But also will increase the health of your microbiome. How important is that? Well, it's super important, okay? But if there was something like that, would you be interested in learning about it? Out of the, I don't know, maybe 100 people that I've talked to, because we're just now getting started, out of those 100 people, how many of you think that most of them said, yes, I'd like to learn about it?
All
Almost
of them.
every single one
Mhm.
was like, yes. In fact, and I've been shocked, guys, shocked to find out some of my friends I've been talking to were actually on their way to getting the injection, to actually using an Ozempic or a GLP-1. Okay. One of my buddies, good, he goes to the gym. He's a very good athlete, in shape. He's like, maybe I have body dysmorphia, but I was about to do it. And I'm like, bro, you obviously do, right? But a lot of people have body dysmorphia. It is what it is. That's why GLP-1 name brand is a $250 billion a year industry. even with all the side effects, people are still doing it. It's
Mhm.
projected, guys, that by the year 2030, these GLP-1 name brands are going to go to over $500 million. Why is that? Is our world fitter or are we becoming more well-rounded as we speak, right?
Right.
Well, we're over 80% obese as a world, okay? So people are heavier than they ever have been before. That's why Ozempic and these GLP-1s are skyrocketing like crazy. So Dan said, I got the holy grail. He gave me the rundown about this product. And I'm like, dude, if this works, you are absolutely right. This will be the biggest thing in nutrition the world has ever seen. Because as I've been talking to people, they're like, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, I want to be part of it. So I got with Dan and I'm like, hey, let's put together a test group. Damar was one of the first people I talked to because we recently partnered up again. And I'm like, we got to get the products, man. We got to get the products. So we put together a test group of about 30 people about a month ago. We got the drops. Damar was the first person to actually sample it because he drove up to corporate and got them and delivered mine to me, all the balls, and I shipped them out. You guys, when I heard that the product can actually help curb your appetite, help get rid of that food noise, I got excited because I'm like a snackaholic. I love to snack. I'm in pretty good shape, but I would probably I would say I'm like skinny fat. Like I'm kind of skinny, but I'm kind of not. And because I just love to snack. And when I got this, I tasted it, I started taking it. The afternoon, I was like, I took my kids to get tacos and my oldest son and my girls. And when I got like the normal taco plate, it's like three of these tacos with cheese. They're gorditas or yeah, they're amazing. And I barely could even finish one. And I was like, holy cow. Didn't eat all day. And that was my first experience. Fast forward to like a week, I was down a couple of pounds, and I noticed that I could watch football, watch a movie with my beautiful girlfriend back here. She's hiding. Say hi, Ashley. Um, and I wouldn't have to like snack on everything. I was blown away to see how this product helped to get rid of that food noise, curb the appetite, right? Curb the cravings. I also noticed that I was going to the bathroom more. Demar, if he wants to tell you, he can tell you his own experience. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to the bathroom more. Dropped a couple pounds. I noticed that I was slimming down. I was showing her like, hey, I feel like my stomach's flatter, and I would have more. That metabolic energy increase that the formulator talked about. I noticed that I had more a natural energy, and I was just in a better mood. I just felt better. Come to find out, 90% of our serotonin is actually produced in our gut.
Yeah.
Imagine if you increase your microbiome gut health, the effect that that's going to have on your attitude, on your mental well-being. Like I've been so happy, and I was blown away to see all the other test results from our testers, right? And these are friends of mine that I've worked with for years that hit plateaus with our current supplements and got on the products and started noticing inches, fat actually being burned, pounds dropping. One of the ladies lost 10 pounds in like a week and a half. She's like, I'm blown away. It's completely changed my life. So seeing these testimonials, I can understand why a guy like Dan, who's ran multiple companies to over billions of dollars generated in sales, has been a brilliant formulator himself, has been responsible for bringing amazing products out to the space, said this will be the biggest thing in health and nutrition. So Dan was telling me, and real quick, one of the testimonials, I'll show you guys this right here that I snapped. I'll let you can read that. It
Well,
says,
yeah. I just got on the scale first time since Friday when I started down 10 pounds. I had put
right, and
on
that's
some
from
weight,
Amy.
so I
That's from
needed
Amy Blanchard,
just so much.
a female, right? So it's not just men. And let's see. Okay, so read this one real quick. This is from Erica.
I'm on day 6 and down 6 pounds. Things I've changed. I've upped my protein. I'll eat and take drops and eat a snack if I need to. Drinking more water, down 3 to 4. Do 5 more drops, and I end up not really hungry for dinner. I've eaten a little, if I'm hungry, but wow, really takes the cravings away. That's really cool because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that suppression. Not that I'm a big eater, I'm not.
Awesome. Now, understand this is, I'm not an expert. This is still new to me. But Dan did get myself and Damar. We were on a Zoom with the formulators, and they were talking about, how Dan was able to partner up with our formulators who have a patent on the extraction process of these bioactive peptides. And peptides like GLP-1, it's all the rage right now. It's not going anywhere, right? And so I was blown away to find out we have the exclusivity to be able to market this technology through the direct selling space, which we are in right now. So the formulator found this company out of Denmark, and Dan was like, we could actually have incentive trips and take people to the factory and see the whole process. But they specialize in marketing salmon, and it's very, very healthy, nutritious, and safe. And it's not full of mercury or lead or any metals or anything like that. It's very stringent, the regulation process out there in Europe. So we were able to get connected with the formulator with this patented extraction process to get this out. So the fish are already, being sold when they're young. We were able to extract this. It's way more potent. The way that the extraction process works, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a formulator, so I couldn't even attempt to explain it to you the way that our formulator can. So we will have more information come out soon to be able to get all of like the science and what makes it so special and why it's so powerful. For me, I'm like, science is cool, but to see the real world results is what made me a true believer. And seeing our test group, seeing those testimonials, over weeks, a couple of weeks of them testing over 30 people and, plugging in there all their different stories of how it's helping them with this. And we have people in that group with Hashimoto's, we have people in that group with MS, different things. And we would never make any kind of medical claims because that would be irresponsible for us to do. And we can't do that. However, the results that people have been seeing with their overall health, with other issues that they're going with, that they're dealing with, to see how this impacted that in such a positive way, got me really excited to know this truly is something that is going to be magical for so many people. It's going to change their lives dramatically. It's going to give them the ability to finally reach the health goals and fitness goals that they've been putting off simply because they haven't been able to stick with something. And this is allowing people to have these breakthroughs, to break through the plateaus and hit goals and numbers that they haven't had in years. One of these ladies says, I'm got the number that I haven't had in 20 years. And this helped me do it. So, that is pretty much the rundown. We'll get more information on science stuff as it comes out. I'm excited for this opportunity. I think this is such an amazing time right before Christmas to be able to launch this. The first quarter of 2026 is going to be absolutely insane. When you look at the numbers of GLP-1, the brand names, not even the generics, being over $250 million in 2025, that's a huge market. But more and more people are wanting something natural. This is 100% natural. And nothing is going to have any side effects in here that's going to have any adverse side effects that people are going to take. People can take this while taking another GLP-1 on a shot and have better results and help them wean off of the shots and not have to go back. And I've had people get on the shots, gain all the weight back as soon as the shots are done and want to get back on again. But they're like, do I want to have the side effects again? And that's why people are lining up. That's why this sold out, guys, within 24 hours when it launched on 11/11. Luckily, Black Friday, it's coming back. Everybody has an opportunity to participate in the launch of this by getting back to whoever invited you. They have a link that you can sign into their link, get a free position. And as other people are signing up, they'll go underneath you. The comp plan in a nutshell, 50% retail by referring people to try the product, $55 for one bottle, $130 for three. On average, I would say everybody's going to have different health goals. I'm to the point where I would probably do maybe 1 to 2 bottles a month. Some people will get 3 and go through it quicker. The next month, maybe they'll go through 2. The next month, maybe 2 again. The following month, maybe 1. But our residuals are going to be through the roof. The opportunity to build 2 teams here and hit the lifestyle bonuses is very significant. You get 2 people who get 2 people. That's $100 lifestyle bonus that you get your products paid for. You refer 2 people to get on this product, your product's paid for. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward. But what I get most excited about is this is something everybody that you talk to right now is going to get excited about. A natural,
Mhm.
healthy alternative that's going to give you great results without any side effects.